Hey guys, what's up? It's Master30F and welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to talk about how much I am in love with Destiny 2 on PC. I got to play the beta. It's on the you can buy the game on the Blizzard launcher because it's a Blizzard Activision thing, and I pre-ordered the digital collector's edition on the Blizzard launcher, and I got access to the beta. The game comes out October 24th for PC and September 6th for Xbox One and PS4. You can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure those are the release dates. I got to play the beta on Xbox One, which sorry about that. I gotta turn my phone off. Which was on the Xbox One, the Destiny 2 beta. It was all right. It pretty much felt like regular Destiny. It didn't really feel like new or anything. I wasn't that impressed. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I'll have a whole nother video for my thoughts and opinion on the Destiny 2 beta as a whole, like regardless of what platform you play it on. But this video, I just want to keep it limited to the PC beta because Destiny 2 on PC is a whole new experience. I gotta tell you. First of all, the 30 FPS on the original Destiny, I could never stand it. Like, I got used to it after a while, because you get used to it. But 30 FPS should never be a thing on first-person shooters. I know I sound like a PC master race, but it's the truth. Like, if you had the choice to play a 60 FPS game or a 30 FPS game, you'd have to be completely retarded to choose 30 FPS over 60 FPS if you could choose either one and there's no catch. Like, no offense to anybody out there that genuinely fucking prefers that, but please check yourself because I'm sorry, I'm getting a little too opinionated on that. Anyway, but anyway, regardless of like what your opinion is, 30 FPS should never be a thing on first-person shooters, alright? I don't mind playing a 30 FPS third-person game like GTA, Assassin's Creed, but it should never be a thing on first-person. I sound like a broken record, but it's basically because fucking the camera, it's so dizzy, because like you're looking through the eyes of this character, right? And when you have like a third-person game, it's just the camera like doesn't move that much, everything seems smooth because the animations moving at 30 FPS aren't the problem. It's really the camera movement. When you're in first person, you're looking through the eyes of this person. So imagine seeing the world for what it is in 30 frames per second. That's what playing Destiny 1 was like. It made you so dizzy and it was just hard to aim. I hated it. Now, to get on with the good stuff, we're going to talk about the PC version. Now, the PC version supports full 60 FPS, which I love. Like, playing Destiny on 60 frames per second was just amazing. I was in love with it. A second thing that I really love about the PC version is that you now have the option to move your crosshair to the center of the screen. I have some friends that really, for some reason, couldn't notice this, but with Destiny 1, the crosshair is just a little bit under the center. It is not in the full center of the screen. I just paused for a minute. It's not in the center of the screen. It's just a little underneath the center. And that's like a thing that 343 not 343, how am I fucking retarded? Bungie. That's the thing that Bungie does with a lot of their games. That's what they've done with every single Halo game, and that's what they do with Destiny. I don't know why they do it like that. I heard that it was just for a learning curve, just to get new players like to change their habits and to, have a little bit of a skill gap. That's what I heard. I looked it up on Google a couple times, and that's the answer I got. So I guess maybe that's the reason. But on Destiny 2 PC, you don't have a lot of PC gamers that like play with that fucking crosshair underneath the center. So I guess that's why they gave you the option to put it into the center, just to have PC players be more familiar and so that they'll fucking buy it. But you do have the option to move it back to below the center if that's really how you prefer the game. Like, I think that's so cool how you have the option to move it. What's another thing? Another thing, the game has a field of view slider. The PC version has a field of view slider. It goes up, it goes all the way up to 105. Playing that game on max field of view, um, is beautiful. It's like playing a lot of games at a higher field of view than you know. If you're somebody that like typically plays on console standards, like older games from like 2010ish, around there, 2009, early to mid Xbox 360, PS3 era, around there. A lot of those games on console, the standard field of view was about 65, and we're talking about first-person shooter games. And keep in mind, if I ever reference any other type of game, like if I'm comparing Destiny to anything else, and I don't specify what kind of game it is, just keep in mind by default I'm probably talking about a first-person shooter. Anyway, most of the standards for those games for field of view wise was 65, 70, something fucking super confined and tiny. And obviously this wasn't a big issue because you're playing on a TV, so chances are you're sitting pretty far away, and the field of view isn't really that much of a problem. But when you're on PC, it starts to become a problem because you typically are sitting a lot closer, and it feels like you have blockers on the side of your eyes, so you got that field of view slider. It makes it so much easier to play the game. Later on consoles started to pick up on this whole thing. Like now the standard is I see a lot of games have 75 on the console. Like Destiny is 75 by default. Its field of view is 75. Call of Duty Black Ops 3 and up is 85. I think that's the default field of view is 85. So it's not too bad. But fucking Destiny 2 PC, you can make it go all the way up to 105. Just think about that for a second. Overwatch has 103. Like, by default, even on console, it's 103. Like, when you open up the game, you start off on 103. Alright? They know their shit. They want you to be able to fucking see. Alright? Field of view is a very important thing. You don't need it. Like, it's not as crucial as frame rate, but for people who just like get motion sick or just prefer it, they need that field of view slider. What's something else I want to talk about? Okay, so basically this is gonna sound super broad and not much of an in-depth statement, but the game feels like a PC game. Like, when I say that, basically Bungie made this statement also. When they said, I'm referencing Bungie right now, they said pre-release to the game, when reviews and announcements were coming out, not reviews, just announcements really, Bungie stated that they want the game to feel like a traditional PC game, like meaning that if somebody were to pick it up and they had no idea of Destiny's backstory, or not like in-game backstory, I mean like real life historical product history, like what it is and what console it's for, stuff like that. If you just came onto Destiny 2 on PC and you had no idea about any of that shit, and you just started playing it on PC for the first time and you've never even heard of the game before, you would have thought it's a PC game. That's what they want you to go for. That's what they want to go for. They want you to feel like that. And I gotta say, it does feel like that when I'm playing. I've played a good amount of console ports. Played some Call of Duty games. Played some. I played GTA. All right. Some of them, like, I'm not saying they're bad. I'm not calling out Call of Duty or GTA. I'm just using them as examples, in the sense that they're not bad ports, but you can kind of tell that they were ported. Just some of the controls are wonky. The settings are wonky. Just stuff like that is a little wonky. But nonetheless, they're great games, and playing them on PC is perfectly fine. It's just you can tell that it was a console game at one point. With Destiny 2, everything is so fucking fluid. The aiming is so fluid. The movement is so fluid. Everything about it is just so smooth and beautiful, and it feels like a natural, traditional PC game, and I'm in love with it. The PvP was perfect. The strike was fucking perfect. Actually, the strike wasn't that perfect. The boss was a little fucking difficult. What do I sound? I sound like Leafy is here right now. Um, anyway, that pretty much sums up my thoughts on Destiny 2 on PC. That is. That's not really. This wasn't really much of a review, so I'll probably have put, a little title card at the beginning of the video saying, oh, hey, this isn't a traditional review, so don't expect some, factual points and shit like that. It's just me, getting a boner over Destiny 2 on PC. So yeah, sorry if this was a little lengthy and I went off on a bit of a rant and I got a little sidetracked on some areas. I'm trying to do my videos a little more natural rather than continuously editing things out and re-recording. I have a habit of wanting to be absolutely perfect, so when I record things, if I stutter or if there's like one little background noise, I gotta redo the whole thing. I'm trying to break myself out of that habit. Like you heard my phone go off earlier, I'm gonna keep that in. I don't give a shit. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy the video, and enjoy the rest of the gameplay. It's on screen right now. I'm just gonna let it roll. See you later.
All teammates down. Fight another. Detonate those charges. Nothing else matters. Charge set. Now to battle. One opponent remains. Not enough. Your charge has been defused. Defend the charges and defeat your opponents. Team is down, but not out again. Set the charges and protect them with your life. One foe remains. No one left to fight in your place. So fight. This is it. All revives spent. Fight on. Enemy is out of revive. Finish them. One minute. You're on the attack. One foe remains. You hammered them. Do it again. Match point. Hold them off, and victory is yours. Enemy has set a charge. Make them regret that. One opponent stand. No more second chances for the enemy. End this. No more second chances. Fight till the end. One opponent remains. Charge defused. The team has your back. And Zavala said Cabal bombs would make poor training tools.